discuss and define parenting principles. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. Proverbs 22:6. If you plainly and clearly articulate the principles that apply to you as parents, and if you both adhere to these, your child raising will be more effective and you will have much more joy in it. Of course, this shouldn't just mean rigid compliance to rules. As much as possible, both of you should pay loving attention to your children. Truly get to know them. Learn what really makes them happy and how you can best motivate them. Find the most fruitful ways to acknowledge, encourage, and reward them for making good decisions and for socializing well. There will also be times when you'll have to discipline them, lovingly but firmly. For example, by the withdrawal of something. In this way, you will both be part of one team dealing effectively with the challenges of family life, because this is undeniably better than any unilateral parenting attempts. Let's see a few examples of such good rules. Children need to learn in an age-appropriate manner to gradually get to know God's love and His teaching, to speak with Him, to listen to Him, and pray to Him. To be obedient, respect their parents, and accept their guidance. They have to learn that both good deeds and bad deeds will have consequences. They should learn to accept rewards with thanks, and also to apologize for bad or sinful deeds, making amends if necessary. To talk and argue constructively. They have to learn the necessity, the value and benefits of learning and working, to handle money wisely and gradually getting involved in household management, and to acquire the maternal or paternal role model, including behavior, manner of dressing, cleanliness, and so on. Let's play and regularly spend valuable, meaningful time with our kids. If opportunity permits, the games can also be converted into conscious training. In this way, young people will be well prepared and remain naturally rooted in the truth that marriage and the founding of a family are a covenant between a man and a woman based on commitment to one another and on devoted, self-giving love and mutual respect. If one parent, for some reason, tells the child off or chastises them, the other parent should respect this also, because otherwise the parent who has chastised them would lose his or her authority in the eyes of the child. The other parent should never undo the chastisement, but rather should support it. Children should not have the opportunity to circumvent the consequences by manipulation. If parents regularly deal with the same problem with different consequences, or if one of them constantly nullifies the principles and chastisements applied by the other parent, it creates a terrible sense of confusion and uncertainty in the child. They will never know if what they did was good or bad, which parent was right, which one to believe, and whom to turn to with confidence. The child will then think that they can avoid and evade the consequences of bad deeds. In such cases, the parents will eventually lose control completely. If one parent disciplines the child, what should the other parent do? Lovingly but unequivocally confirm what their spouse says. For example, the mom should say, "Dad is absolutely right," including the need for and the application of chastisement. This helps children to master clearly defined principles, values, and rules. Unconditional obedience to parents is a vitally important principle. For example, when you are in traffic as a pedestrian or when danger is approaching, it should be enough for the parent to say to the child once, "Come now, hold my hand, or stop, and the child must learn to obey immediately. This could save their life. A child can only learn this if their parents have consistently taught them that disobedience causes pain that cannot be avoided or circumvented, but obedience leads to good results. If one parent has overdone the use of chastisement, the other parent should only share this in private with them, and then they should both settle, discuss, and fix the problem together with the child. If possible, regularly take some time with your spouse to review between yourselves some of the current parenting principles and rules you need for your children. If one of you has experienced something in the child's behavior that you want to strengthen or correct, tell each other and discuss it so that you can mutually support one another in similar situations that occur later on. Let's agree to try and talk constructively with each other, even in the most extreme situations, rather than panicking or resenting each other. Practice this and always accept it if your partner lovingly corrects you. As Christians, praying together for our children is very powerful. Prayer is God's special gift to us. Let's take full advantage of it daily. Question number 1. Do you have any current difficulties in raising your children? Please take notes. Question number 2. What will you do to improve the situation?
And the breastplate of righteousness. We put on the belt of truth to gird our loins. We put on the shoes of the gospel of peace. We take up the shield of faith and the sword of the Spirit in our hand today. We do all this to stand strong in the Spirit against the ways of the enemy. We will not be pushed back in Jesus' holy name.